People of the internet, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Out of the Park Baseball 17 GM Mode sim commentary for the Premier League Baseball and my Brooklyn Atlantics. I am F5 Penguin. You could find me all over the web at F5 Penguin. And in the last video, we wrapped up August. We're now in September. We're at the end of the season. And what do you know? We're back in the playoffs. That's right. We may not make it all the way. And that won't be a thing that's anything new to anybody. So our owner, our new Mickey Draper Jr. might be mad. He might be mad. But the good news is we are back in the playoffs, which means more money, more revenue, mo bucks, mo trucks. Something like that. I don't know. It's the 50s, 60s now. They have trucks. Anyway, so here's what we got going on. How did we do for the season? Well, let's take a look. So we went 10-7 in September. And if you'll recall, we go up to the top right. Minnesota was 2 games back at the start of the last video. We were about 4 days into September. Well, they kept pace with us all the way through. So unless I blew it, we were going to be okay. But man, they won every single game we did. It was insane. And they had a tough schedule with Laredo on their docket, and they beat them. So it was a little bit difficult to make some stuff happen. The good news is batting average 4th, 1st in on-base percentage, 2nd in slugging, 2nd in on-base and slugging, 6 runs scored, 5th hits, 2nd extra base hits, 4th in home runs. 4th. Look at us do the things. So happy about that. 6th in bases on balls, 23rd for some reason in stolen bases. I will never understand that. For defense, we got a little bit better and then kind of lost it at the end a bit. Bullpen ERA is dead last. I don't even know. Almost dead last in strikeout efficiency. 5th in strikeouts, 3rd in home runs allowed. So if we can keep the power bats away from Laredo, who is our first opponent in these playoffs of the 1962 season for PLB, I think we'll be okay. 1-run games, 15-10, so that didn't get up too much better of what I predicted of like 700 to 800. 5-1 in extra inning games, though, and that does matter. So look at the schedule. This is how we fared for the month of September. I can't really complain. TR, I don't know what it is. They always beat us. I don't know why. Even when we put up 7 runs, they put up 10. It's like it's just you can't win. It doesn't matter. It's just tough. We won 2 versus Wichita. We won 2 versus Laredo. So those wins did definitely help us. We look at the standings, and this is how it broke down. We finished 9th in the entire league, but because we won our division, oh boy, we are in the playoffs. And what's important to note here is this is the first time ever in the 12-year history of PLB, 12-season history, that all 7 human GMs are in the playoffs at the same time, with unfortunately Kansas City having to face TR. Hopefully they slaughter them. I would love to see that. Cute note here. Cute note? I don't know. An acute note here. Quebec City faces my brother's team in Joplin. And Tallahassee goes back with Wichita, a rehash of the finals from last season, now in the quarterfinals of this season. We have Laredo, though, so we have to look into the future. What we did here in the at least at the end of the season, we'll go over to rosters. We'll go over to transaction log. We did make a couple of changes, right? We brought up Nitasastro, Madden, Blanco, Kinnear, Folgado. We knew that. Then we had to deal with some injuries. So let's look at injuries. On the 11th, Leon got hurt against Laredo while colliding with a player at a base. Sprained ankle, out 6 weeks. So we won't see him at least until the finals. If we make it that far, might be a little bit sooner. Kind of unfortunate. Capra, we lost him again. I don't understand why. He's out for 4 weeks, quad strain. Can he ever stay healthy in the playoffs? Like ever? Ever? I don't think so. Zarnecki, same thing. Out 2 to 3 months. Broken hamate bone in his wrist. Why do they get injured in pairs? I can't catch a break. And this is telling me in my brain that we have to move Zarnecki. He may not be worth the contract. I don't know. I'm hesitant now. I know he's fragile. Now he wasn't before. We go to his status. We got, 860. I could probably move him. I'm thinking about it. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments in the description below. Also, make sure you're liking and subscribing these videos because I appreciate it. I love your feedback. Do we move him? I'm on the fence about it. Capra, I'm still okay on because if we look at Capra, he's also fragile, but, we're not paying too much for him. 185. He's a solid center fielder, solid left fielder for sure. I'm okay with holding on that at least till 65. So he's a less of a concern for me. The concern right now is Zarnecki's contract and what we're going to do there. I don't really know. So, yeah, what does that lead to? We won the division. Sabala's happy about it. Let's try to do it, right? We're going back to back to back. 3 appearances in a row. I think we can. This is number 4, isn't it? Let's go to manager history. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is our 4th playoffs in a row with the lowest possible record to get in. 44 and 38. But hey, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there, right? Now we have to do things. We have to do baseball things. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try. And here we are, 3 and 4 times winning the division, 4 back-to-back. We got to make some things happen. So what we ended up doing, going back to the rosters because of those injuries, we had to deal with that. A lot of injuries came back from the minors as well. They're back on teams. Doesn't matter. None of our minors are in the playoffs. So back to transaction log. Here's what we did. With Alcala retiring and putting up a -1 WAR, I sent him down to AAA. He was not going to do us well in the playoffs. His swan song has sung. Alcala, thanks for your service in Brooklyn. We appreciate it. It's time for you to go out to pasture. Mooney as well didn't really do anything for us. He's not been very good. And Madden just didn't really wow us. He had 11 at-bats and hit 1 RBI. So I have better options on the table for that, and that's not going to be him. So we're going to move on. One of our stars, by the way, McCutcheon, got injured for 5 months, and he's one of our best prospects. So I'm kind of bothered about that, but not the end of the world. How does it shake out? Well, we're going to roll 4 starters like we do in the playoffs. I think we'll be okay with that. We had a 7-game playoff now this season in PLB for the first time in the quarterfinals. Got to take that into consideration. But still, 4 starters, we should be okay. Move them all to 100 pitch counts. They're going to have enough rest time that I think that'll be okay. Kira's, even though he's a little bit cold, still going to be the closer. Wilson's still the setup with the closer backup. Sayaz with the setup backup. Then we got Kiniar, Thierry, middle relief, long relief. Nidasastro, lefty specialist, middle relief. And Folgado, avoiding high leverage, he'll play in long relief and emergency starting pitcher if we have to shell out some innings. No big deal. I did, though, revamp the entire lineup for our team because, A, we had to. We have 2 injuries we have to fill in. And B, because Philpott's hitting again. So, against righties, I got Philpott, who batted a .404 in September. I believe. My number's wrong on that? Hold on. September? 408. Sorry, yeah. A .408 in September. He's out in left field. Since he can play left field mildly well, I'm going to put him in left field against righties. So we got Brady, Philpott, Ohala, Parrish, McCarty, Folo, Bischoff, Lehman. That's what we're rolling with. Bischoff, he can't play center field, but I got him out there. I have defensive subs if we need them, and I'm taking my chances. We have the bats in place. Bischoff was hitting well, okay? So at 316, I'll take my risk. If we can get on base, we'll be okay. I'm gonna bank on decent enough pitching with really good hitting and hope for the best. We have Folo out in right field, Dufresne backing him up, Blanco back in the other 2. I called up Jameson from AAA to fill in the role of shortstop and second base in case McCarty, dies or something. McCarty taking over second base. I moved Brady out to shortstop, and that's permanent on both sides. So Blanco, Jameson, Dufresne pinch hitters, Jameson, Dufresne, Coral in pinch runners. We switched to lefty. Almost the same thing here. Actually, it is the same thing. Blanco is the only difference with Philpott not taking a lefty stance, even though he does hit pretty well against lefties here. He's pretty good. But we look at something better, which is putting Parrish as the bat in third base and letting Blanco do well against... I took the chance. I just took the chance against lefties, a little bit more substance in the backup. So I put Philpott as the first pinch hitter, and I have Coral, third base defensive sub, Philpott backing up Parrish. I feel pretty good. Like I've never been thrilled about our hitting, but we were 6th in home runs, and we have some bats. So I feel pretty good about the overall direction of the hitting for the first time in a long time. Before we had really good pitching that would be up and down, and decent hitting with 3 or 4 players. But I feel like now we got 6 players that are really good. Brady, McCarty, Ohala, Blanco, Bischoff, Parrish, I feel is a good round core. So if we can, this is our chance. This is our chance to do it. So sit tight, boys. It's about to be crazy. Link in the description below for the Premier League Baseball website. Leave me your comments. We are doing the games tonight. We're simming them tonight. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. They're going to go fast, and it's going to be fun. It's time. This is Out of the Park Baseball 17, GMO Sim commentary for the Premier League Baseball and the Brooklyn Atlantics. I'm F5 Penguin. You can find me all over the web at F5 Penguin, and we will see you in the next video. Playoff time. Cannot wait.